Welcome back to the channel, folks, man. Glad to see y'all come back in, man, and have some time with me, man, so I can drop some of this knowledge on you, brother. But hope y'all having a great day, great, beautiful day at that. Y'all staying safe. You know what I'm saying? First of all, give shouts out to everyone that's out there in the midst of these first responders and nurses and things that's putting their lives on the line to protect us and to have us safe so we can have somewhere to go if we do get sick. So first of all, I want to say, man, thank y'all to the first responders, whoever you may be, and the nurses and the doctors and so forth and so on. Because this virus is real. It doesn't matter how it was created and why it was created. We do know that it's real and we have to deal with it. So until we figure out how to deal with it, it's going to be a difficult time, first and foremost. So I want to say thank y'all to that. Plus, going through this time of, man, this virus or whichever, this is really going to hurt the economy. I don't understand how we're going to bounce back from it, but I know we can bounce back from it. I don't know how, but we can, because I don't see you just coming out overnight and just saying, I have a cure for this, and y'all go about y'all business, everything back to normal. Now, you can do that, but it's going to tell on you if you're lying. So hopefully one day, man, this can really come back to normal. But I think from this point on, it's going to be a seasonal thing, just like the flu, just like the common cold, just like any other the allergies you have at a different time of the year. This is going to become some type of seasonal type thing, I do believe. I could be wrong, but it's just my opinion. Next, I want to talk to y'all about us as a people, and I'm talking about my black people. Now, this channel is for every ethnicity, every gender. It's not biased against everything, but I'm talking on and I'm speaking on what I know for who I am. And I see myself as a black king. Now, I can't speak on anybody else's race because I'm not that race. So please don't get this confused with racism or trying to be biased or push a certain agenda. I'm just talking to the people that I connect with. You understand? We have to come together for more than just a funeral, man. For more than just every time somebody died, then you get up there and get that same speech. You need to come together more with not just when everybody get that same speech at the funeral. After the funeral over with, they may call you 2 times and then you don't hear from them no more. So we got to do better about that, man. There's nothing more beautiful than black people coming together without any nonsense, any fighting, any shooting, any stabbing, any violence. It's a beautiful thing when everybody is smiling and having fun. The kids are playing, you know. That's really what it was intended to be. So we have gotten away from that, and we need to get back to that. And hopefully soon we'll get to that, because it's power in numbers. And like I tell you guys, it's not about black, it's not about white, it's not about Asian, it's not about Chinese. Everybody's going to fall under the same umbrella at a certain time whenever agenda is pushed. It's them against us. There's no them against the blacks or the Hispanics or the Asians or the Chinese or the whatever, Iranians. We all are citizens of what we call the United States. Then you got the ones that control and run it. You must understand that first before anything else. If you don't understand that, you can't come to grips with knowing that, then anything can be pushed over your head, and any agenda that can be pushed, and you'll fall for it. You must know who you are, and you must know what's going on. That's number one. Instead of doing these challenges and coming up with these challenges, talking about who can hold the most weed and things and so forth, why don't we have a challenge? Let's have a watch party. A lot of the ethnicities or minorities or whichever, get together, someone that's successful in business, have a watch party and invite everybody to come to the watch party, and then you learn how to be successful. Why we can't have that type of challenge? You see what I'm saying? But us as a people, we love drama. We don't love to watch something that's going to educate us or that's going to uplift us. We rather watch World Star. We rather watch whatever it may be. Love and Hip Hop. Housewives of Atlanta. We rather watch stuff like that, that dramatic shit that's going to, get you excited because that's what we like. So you don't think that the people of America don't know what you like? All I have to do is create confusion to push whatever I need to push. And this is not going against the virus, just talking about in general. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that we don't know or we refuse to know. Because in your mind, which is truthful, a lot of things that you accept and find out the truth is going to force change. And a lot of us don't want to change. A lot of us is comfortable with just existing. We have no purpose. We just wake up, do what we're going to do on our routine, and go to sleep. And a lot of people are cool with that. The ones that's not cool with that, they're showing you in their actions of what they're doing. They're trying to create businesses. They're trying to create different streams of income. They're trying to create all these things. But you got to support it. You see what I'm saying? You can't be successful in anything in life with fear. But in order for you not to fear, you must see someone as an example that's fearless. You understand that? You cannot be successful with fear. You can accomplish anything in life with being fearful, or scared to step off of the boat, or scared to step out of your comfort zone with that fear. But yet you can't ask a person not to fear because they never seen anything that was fearless in their household, in their community, in their childhood, period. So who are you going to mimic? You mimic the things in your life that you've seen the most. If it was drug dealing, if it was domestic violence, if it was drugs, you mimic that because you don't have that guidance. You don't have that person that's stepping up. See, back then we had, when church was what it was back in the day, you had deacons and you had pastors and you had people that would mentor you and try to keep you on the right track. They would actually try to show you the right way to go. See, we don't have that now. Everything is about $1. I'll show you if you pay me. I'll do this if you pay me. We've sold our soul for a whole lot of things, man. Just for that green piece of paper. You'll be surprised what a person would do for the right price. And get on here and swear to God that, hey, man, shit, I'll never do nothing like that. That's why they tell you the devil roams earth looking for things to devour. That means that at your least time in your life to where you think that everything is going wrong and there's nothing going right, your most vulnerable time, that's when it steps in. Because now you're desperate. So you have to be strong about these things and be mindful. But you can't put your trust in anything as well. Like I tell you, People put more trust in their government than they do in their relationship. People put more trust in the government than they do in their kids. You got to get away from believing what everybody tell you and have a mind for yourself. See, back then you didn't have when I came up, you didn't have Google. You didn't have Siri. You ain't have none of that. So anything you wanted to know, you had to go to a book and actually read it. But we are so lazy, we're not going to do that. See, now, in this day and time, it's no excuse for you to be illiterate. It's no excuse for you to be dumb about your history and things and so forth. You have everything you need at your fingertips. But you're using it for the wrong things. You have to know what to look for as well. If you want to know the truth about something, you don't go to the source that's giving you the lie. If you want to know the truth about the government, you don't go to the government and say, hey, man, he talking about y'all going to kill us. Y'all going to kill us? Tell the truth. What you think they going to tell you if they really want to kill you? No, man, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's conspiracy. Come on in, man. Come on in. Let me show you around. You see what I'm saying? You got to go outside the source. You got to do your homework and you got to go deep into it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know that Osama bin Laden was an agent for the U.S. Osama bin Laden worked for the U.S. when they tried to get Russia out of Afghanistan. He was an agent. That's how Osama bin Laden turned on the U.S. See, a lot of these countries that's going against the U.S. and things like that, this shit didn't just come out the blue and just say, we hate America. You see what I'm saying? For being this agent and giving him all U.S. all this information to get Russia out of Afghanistan, he was due a lot of things, as in money, as in a lot of contracts. So when he got Russia out, guess what the U.S. told him? We ain't giving you shit. You see what I'm saying? It was the same way, like I said, with Gaddafi. Libya was the only country that had zero debt. You was 100% free. When you went to Libya, you was free. They had, when you got married, they gave you $5,000 to the family. They had free health care. You see what I'm saying? They had free money for education. Even if you didn't want to go and get the education that they was doing, if you wanted to come to the United States. If you was from that country, they gave you the money to come to school and for the room and board for free. But see, he was coming with this African currency. If everybody would have came together under this African currency, then USA would have to bow down to these other countries like they want the countries to bow down to them. You see what I'm saying? That African currency would have bankrupted the yen, the pounds, and the US dollar. Like my slogan said, if you don't believe me, do your own research. Because people have a tendency to believe and follow people that's popping. You see what I'm saying? If you're not the popular one, if you're not the one that everybody, if you don't have 10 million followers, oh, you ain't telling the truth, you ain't listening. See what I'm saying? We are visual beings. You can have all the information and knowledge in the world. But if you're trying to get it out there and they look and see, oh, you got one subscriber, I ain't listening to him. And that same person can come with 10 million subscribers giving the same goddamn information and you all ears. But that's how we are as humans. By nature, a lot of us are followers. We do what others do. If everybody else say this is where it's at, this is where I'm going. You see what I'm saying? Then you got to look at Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein was a close friend of the Bushes. You see what I'm saying? Close friends. Bush even put him like $80 million ahead of the military. You see what I'm saying? They gave him and made him chief. A lot of people didn't know this. A lot of people didn't know that Saddam Hussein was given the key to Detroit City. Detroit gave him the key to the city. You don't believe me? Do your research. You see what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself, the U.S. is in a, man, I can't even think about how many trillions of dollars of debt that the U.S. is in. But then you got to ask the question, well, if the U.S. make the money and create the money, how can they be in debt? Who they in debt to? That's where your answers come in at. The U.S. owe everybody, but yet the U.S. want all the power. They owe the Chinese. They owe the Iranians. And not just that, this thing called Federal Reserve that was established, 1913, they owe that. Because you know who owned the Federal Reserve? The Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers. That's who controlled the U.S. And you know who controlled them? The Queen of England. You see what I'm saying? So this goes way deeper than what you guys think it goes. You see what I'm saying? The president controls nothing. He's the face of the front line, put it like that. You do what I tell you to do, how I tell you to do it. So therefore, you're not looking at what's going on behind the curtain. You're looking at the face of the franchise or the face of the country. So blame him if shit don't go right, or blame him for doing the agenda. You have to take this oath when you become the president. The president is not just, when you go to vote, the president is already prepared, and they already know who they're going to put in there. That voting is for you. You see what I'm saying? See, voting was created so that we can have a voice, but we have went away from that. This type of voting that we have now is not what our ancestors died for. Not for this type. See, you have to understand, things are not like it was in 1900s and 1930s and 1950s and things like that. These people are 10 years ahead of us. By the time it gets to us, they already established and perfected it. You understand? You have to understand that. That's why I say, you ever heard of this thing called a black card? I'm pretty sure everybody. There was a currency card that the elite might have, as in the black card, saying that it is unlimited. There's not a credit limit. You know where that card came from? That card was created. See, now us as civilians, we have access to it, but it was created for the elites. Like I said, who owned the Federal Reserve? You see what I'm saying? So everything that they create and everything that they establish, if you fall under that umbrella and you going along with the agenda, here's your card. That's why you're seeing a lot of rappers, when they start to get conscious and they start to veer away from what the masses wanted them to do. They had these big houses, they had these Lamborghinis, they had all that. All that was done with the black card. So if you want to get out, you're going to give me all my things back. That's why they leave with nothing. And you can't figure out, well, man, you had all this money. Why you ain't pay cash for this? Why you lost everything? You should have just sold that and be back on your feet. It's not that simple. That wasn't brought with the cash that they was accumulating. These are coming in the forms of a gift. You see what I'm saying? Satan will give you all the things and the riches of the world that he wants you to have fun. But at the end of the day, when you close your eyes, you can't take that fortune with you. So now you owe me your soul. That's where the term sell your soul comes from. Understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. It comes with toys. It comes with a lot of things that on this earth means a lot to people. That's why you have that dollar and it says, "In God we trust." These people don't believe in God as in the higher being. That is on there, "In God we trust," meaning that GOD is an acronym. Gold, oil, and drugs. Now you getting it. In God we trust. Gold, oil, and drugs. What runs the country? Ask yourself that. What runs the country? Gold, oil, and drugs. In God we trust. So don't get it confused about God we trust as in, "Oh, I believe in the higher being." That's not what that is. You have to know the source of people that you're dealing with, man. See, we don't understand that. We're not even taking the time to even think. You just going on what people tell you. The news said it must be true. I'm just going to wait on what the news tell me, then I'm going to go from there. Come on, man. Y'all leaders, man. You use your mind. You can't be that gullible about life, man. We have all the sense in the world when it comes to bullshit. But when it comes to things of logic, zero. You got to look at the people that's coming behind us, man. These kids. And in a subliminal way, we are teaching our kids that money is everything. If you don't have money, you're nobody. That's why when you ask your kids what they want to be in life, allow that child to be who they want to be. But then at the same time, you let them know how to perfect that in order to make money. Don't get into a business because it pays. Don't take this the wrong way. But what we'll do is, "Oh, you need to go in welding. That's a lot of money. Or you need to go in nursing. That's a whole bunch of money." Now, if that child wants to do that, by all means, do that. But if you're telling your child to do these things and the child said, "Well, I really wanted to do this and do this," I don't know if you should do that, then. I think you need to go this way. What you are creating is telling that child, "This pays a lot of money." Right? This pays a lot of money. So this is where you need to go, but that child's not going to be happy. So now you've created something in life to where that child is not happy with his or her job of what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? We have a tendency to try to live our lives through our kids. Whatever we fell short on doing, we don't try to teach them the right way. We try to live. I always wanted to do A, B, and C. So then we try to push our kids to do that. It's a thin line. It's a thin line. We have to be mindful about these things and what we're doing and what we're instilling in our kids, because they are the future. And right now, the future is not looking good. Even if your child is doing everything right and looking promising, for every one that's doing right, it's 35,000 that's not. That's why it's each one teach one. To eliminate that curve. And not just say, "That ain't my child. I don't give a damn shit. That's on them. My child's straight." And that selfishness right there is why we are where we are as a people. I'm just keeping it real. And that's just being 100% honest with you. Sometimes you gotta ask yourself, what's really going on? Something is not adding up. Let me look more into this. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to ask yourself that. I'm going to give you another jewel that you guys probably didn't know. Superman was originally a black man based off of his lifestyle. Right? Listen to me. Superman wasn't always a white character. It was based off of a black mythology person that back in the day, the S on his chest, meaning that it was for the symbol of sun. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to go very deep, but I'm just going to give you the surface of it. K-A-L-E-L. That's in Hebrew. Look that up. K-A-L-E-L. The meaning of that is all that God is. That's what that means in Hebrew. All that God is. So if you know what God is, then you understand where it's coming from. The S on his chest symbolizes the sun because this is where he got his powers from. You see what I'm saying? So in order for to get his powers from the sun, he had to have melanin in his skin. Right? Who's the only person that has that? What race? Right? When you go to the doctor, I'm going to back up a little bit. The original sign on the chest wasn't an S as you see it now, as in Superman. It was a pyramid upside down with a snake going through it. Now, do your research on that. Now, like I said, when at the hospital for, as in the black race, when your child has jaundice or whichever, which is called yellow in the eyes or whichever, and they put this child under this light to try to rid of that, that is for really kids that don't have that melanin in their skin. Your nurse or your doctor that's up on game and knowing that you get your power from the sun because of your skin, they will tell you, take the baby and let the baby get some what? Sun. When the baby gets the sun, that sun reacts with that skin. Come on, man. Work with me, man. And that rids that jaundice that you don't have to put the baby under the light. But you have to go under the light if you don't have that pigment in your skin. Understand? I'm giving y'all game, man. I'm giving y'all game. But I ain't going to hold y'all long. But I want you to check out this. This to be continued. On part 2, this is what we talking about. Part 2. Bill Gates has announced that he has an antidote for the coronavirus. And he will be putting out this antidote in May of 2020. Right? Now, Bill Gates, this is the same people that wanted to put tracking on you. This is the same person that wanted to embed chips in your brain. Like my slogan says, if you don't believe me, do your research. This is the same person that wanted Google to track you around to say if you have the virus, they can track you, and if you go into a place where you're not supposed to be at, then whatever happens from there happens. What it is, I don't know. This is the same person that say every American needs to be chipped. So let's just say that Bill Gates has the antidote for this quote-unquote coronavirus. And this shows to be truthful. What do you think is going to happen when the masses say this works? Everybody must get this vaccine. Now take that back to all the things that came before this and what this guy is about. But that's on part 2. Y'all be blessed, man. I thank y'all for watching, the ones that watched to the end. subscribe. Make sure you share this and like it. Get the information out, man. Subscribe, share, and like. I can't do this without y'all. I appreciate your support and all that you do. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm gone.